Hey guys, ¿qué onda? ¿Cómo están todos? Creo que reemplacé un banner, déjenme checar. Denme solo un segundito. Listo. Ahí está, creo. Give me a second, guys. I'm changing the layout today, so yeah, I think this is working. Yep. So, how's everyone doing? It's been a while since my last streaming. I think it's been like 2 weeks, give or take. So I'm finally back. I've been doing a couple of streamings in my personal channel, but having said that, so I think I'm going to do one more streaming with this Skeletor, and then I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna change to a different character because we already invested like a lot of time on this character, 3 streams. So let's get to work. Oh, this is quite big. Let me change. I'm using a different monitor, so the user interface is super big. Give me a second. So I'm gonna move this, trying to make it, there we go. Hola, ¿cómo están? Tenía un par de días que no hacía streamings. Había hecho un par de días, un par de semanas que no había hecho streamings. Hey Danilo, how are you doing? Hey PRI mod 140, doing great. I changed some of my equipment, so that's why I was taking a little bit more time on this beginning of the streaming, but we can start actually sculpting now. Change to a different material. So as I said, I'm not going to invest that much time on this character. Pretty much we already have the design done. I'm gonna repeat the thing that I did on my previous streaming, where I just start blocking shapes with the bones to create this armor. So let me make my camera a little bit smaller. So there we go. Hey Caverna, good night. John O 3D. Hey, thank you Danilo. Really appreciate it. So it's been 3 streamings that we've been working on this Skeletor. We started with the face, well, the head. Then on my previous streaming, we created the body and the bone armor. Tonight we're gonna start refining some stuff, adding more details, adding hands and maybe feet, because currently he doesn't have any. He's still in a very blocking stage. So a Urtnasan. Not sure if I'm saying that right. So first I'm going to get rid of the polypaint right now. Yeah, I sculpted everything from pretty much a sphere at the beginning. I actually like how it looks in white, so I'm gonna keep a mental note on that. And let me open my references of Skeletor. So the idea was to create a different Skeletor. I mean, not to change that much the design, because I mean he's very unique and recognizable, and pretty much he's just a skull in a very strong body. But I wanted to give him a more unique look. So, um, ZBrush Live streamings. There we go. So I think he actually needs some sort of like details that hang from here. So that's where we're gonna start. We're gonna start defining a bit more the armor. I'm going to create like those things that hang from the shoulder plates. Caverna Mapis don't hold so many parts. Um, yeah, I used to have that same issue when I started. My computer wasn't really made for 3D, so I had a lot of struggles with um, with 3D and having subtools and having enough resolution on the subtools. So I'm gonna block out everything right now. It's not gonna be like the final shape, anything like that. We want to see how it looks. And pretty much just repeat the same design over and over. But you can do, it's actually easier for the software to work with a model that has, let's say, 20 subtools, but they're low poly, than a single mesh that has a ton of polygons with 20 different parts but in a single mesh. So having the different number of subtools, it's actually super useful for like different computers that have issues with ZBrush. Voy a estar repitiendo este patrón aquí. No es el final, pero me va a servir como para la parte del diseño. So I'm just trying to figure out how to make this look good. Because I'm doing a different Skeletor compared to the original, but I still want to have like some of the design stuff that he has, like in the cartoons. And he has like these things hanging from the shoulder blades, so I'm actually gonna apply that to my Skeletor here. Y aunque estoy como rediseñando el Skeletor desde cero, hay cosas que quiero mantener, que me gustan del otro Skeletor, del original, y son estas cositas que van colgando. Entonces ahorita no voy a preocupar en nada de que se vean bien o que estén detalladas, simplemente quiero que estén bien posicionadas para darme una idea de cómo quiero ir armando todo. Give me a second. Oh, thank you very much. It's a better Skeletor. I mean, the design is quite good, the original one. I just I'm just trying to make him look meaner, more aggressive, and more of a villain instead of like just being fun, you know. Autogroup, Weld. Y pueden ver que toda la parte de atrás está hecho un caos ahorita. Entonces será cosa también de ir duplicando eso. So right now the back it's very rough. So I still need to work on the back. Right now I'm trying to tackle the design of the character. Also I need to work on the groin part. I don't currently have any idea what I'm going to do on the back, but I can actually do something like this. Just repeat the same that I have on the front, but in the back. I think it works. Maybe I can actually do this way bigger. It reminds me of like the Prometheus space jockey from Alien. And maybe I'll duplicate these ones, go entirely to the back. That's the other reason why I didn't invest in creating all those micro details like wrinkles and pores, because I'm still trying to figure out the design. Smart skirt, I like that. Thank you, Danilo. Really appreciate it. Are you going to post it when you're finished? Hopefully yes. I'm not entirely sure how far I'm going to be able to go tonight. But I'll try to pose it. I'll maybe use Transpose Master and do a very quick pose, just so it doesn't look like super boring in a very neutral pose. Maybe I'm gonna hide the arms for a moment, so I can work on the armor. Realmente no sé hasta dónde voy a llegar con este modelo hoy, pero la idea es que esta armadura igual y podría estar conectado como unas costillas normales. No veo tanto problema con eso. Lo que podría hacer después es unirlo con un Dynamesh o algo así. So I'm thinking that I'll just follow the design of the ribcage. And this one I'm gonna duplicate in different subtool. There we go. So we have the same on the back. Oops. Never mind there. The only problem is that he can't bend, so like this. Oh, thank you very much, Ruben. Really appreciate it. ¿Qué onda, Mario? Muchas gracias. Pues ya van 3 streamings con este, entonces le hemos invertido bastante tiempo comparado con otros streamings que es literal un modelo de un solo streaming y hasta ahí llegan. Pero realmente tenía ganas de hacer algo un poquito más interesante con Skeletor. So the design of this Skeletor is not gonna be like I'm not going to approach the model as if I was working on a production model or something for 3D printing. More of a concept art piece. So it's gonna be dirty, but that's the idea. The purpose is to have a very interesting design, not to have a very clean topology and all that. So right now we're just having fun. I'm using a different subtool. La idea es que no va a ser un modelo pensado para producción, al menos no ahorita. Estoy pensando hacerlo más como un modelo orientado a concept art. Entonces va a ser bastante sucio, la topología no nos va a importar tanto. pero nos vamos a divertir con esto. So I don't have any femurs. Sure how to pronounce it. Good idea. I mean, it's not perfect, but as I said, we don't want perfect. We want just to sell the idea. And let me remesh by Dynamesh is this one. Haven't saved, so that's also something we want to do. Before that, the ZBrush has some type of instance feature. Like I make several copies of an object and sculpt one and it updates. Yeah, you can actually use, for example, Nanomesh Vanit. Nanomesh, it's depends on an instance. So you can populate, for example, the entire bone with different shapes. For example, let's go very quickly, something like this, and let's create some. I want to use the primitive IMM, this one, and I'll say create Nanomesh. You can do this. So right now it's only one copy, but for example I can go to my Nanomesh option menu, and instead of having one copy single polygon, I'll say all polygons. So there we have. It's been populated with an instance, and if I go to edit mesh and let's say I change the geometry, you can see it's updating on real time. So it's pretty neat. You can see you get a very interesting result just by playing with the shapes. And I'll go back to it. I'll get out of edit mesh, and then I have this cylinder populated with whatever this is, like a Dorito. So that's pretty much the way you can actually use instances to populate something. ¿Recomiendas usar Sculptris Pro? O ya queda muy pesado el archivo. Lo utilizo al principio, Mario. Sculptris Pro lo utilizo en dos ocasiones muy importantes. Cuando estoy igual utilizando un modelo en un inicio, cuando estoy definiendo formas, y quizás no quiero meterle definición a todo, solo algunas áreas para seguir definiendo, ahí es muy útil Sculptris Pro. Pero también lo utilizo para fotogrametría, porque en fotogrametría el modelo ya está muy pesado y digamos que le quiero quitar alguna sección. Y digamos que este modelo tiene como muchísimo ruido en esta sección, pues yo puedo utilizar entonces Sculptris Pro para limpiar esa área nada más, y así ya me evito problemas. Y no tengo que hacerle Dynamesh ni ZBrush, cosas así que pues en un modelo de fotogrametría o de scan 3D pues es mucho más pesado. So I'm gonna continue, and I was gonna work on, I was working on the bone, yep. So, remesh by Dynamesh. Voy a quitar occlusion, se ve muy bien, pero ahorita no me preocupa tanto que se vea bien. Con esto es suficiente. Aceptar. No quiero quitarle este ruido porque de hecho me gusta, lo hace ver más orgánico, entonces lo voy a tratar de conservar. So I'm just saying that for example, all this noise right here that the low poly mesh created. I really like it. I actually like more this side than the back, well, than the front, compared to the front side. So I'm actually gonna switch it. So I'll go to mirror and mirror on C. There we go. And algo así. Y vamos a hacerlo un poquito más noisy. So right now we have just one side of the bone that works. The other side it's a little more rough. Give me a second, guys. Entonces lo que voy a hacer es duplicarlo. I'm gonna make a mirror on the Z-axis. Mirror and weld. Oops. To change the position, maybe around here. Mirror and weld. There we go. Now we have the same stuff on the front, on the back, but I also want to mirror on Y. So I'm gonna change this and mirror and weld. There we go. Well, maybe something like this. Yep, way better. And we have our bone. Hey, Comics Legend, how are you doing? Yeah, it's a bone. Don't think different. Don't think otherwise. I'm populating my armor with different bones. So I already created the mesh that's quite big, so I need to change the scale. And again, I'm trying to follow some of the design from the original Skeletor, and he has like this design on the chest, so that's what I'm going to try to achieve. Hey, thanks a lot, Comic Legends. There we go. Now we need to make it fit. Here. Goes underneath the vertebrae. I mean, it makes no real sense, the bone structure, but it's meant to be an armor, not his real bones. And I can actually duplicate this mesh and then mirror on X. There we go. Now we have our bones on the chest. I'm going to merge them just so I can actually modify the scale and rotate them easier. Just realize I'm not in focus. I think this is fine. So I'm going to merge them. And maybe scale the crossbones just a bit. Ahorita ya lo tengo marcado y quiero empezar a unir las diferentes secciones de la armadura. Y para eso estaba pensando igual utilizar cadenas. Hey Ahmed, can I ask you something? Can we open fiber mesh in Unreal? I'm not sure. I mean, I guess you can, depends on your computer, because Unreal it's real time, and having Fiber Mesh it's quite heavy because it's populated with a ton of geometry. So I guess you could do it, but I mean, I don't see why do you want to populate something with Fiber Mesh in Unreal. Well, you can actually use cards with transparency, which are um, the way you need to make hair in real time. Will you make the power sword? I didn't think about that actually. Maybe I'll give it a try. Depends how far I go during the streaming, and if I find some free time, I'll I'll sculpt also the power sword. Will you will you be competing in this year's ZBrush Summit Sculpt-Off? Yep. Yeah. Um, I think I applied. I'm not certain. Yeah, I did. So it's I need to check, but I think it's still open, so you can actually apply to be one of the Sculpt-Off contestants. So anyone can actually participate. I really recommend you to try. Are you gonna try Comic Legends to participate in the Sculpt-Off? It's quite fun. I mean, it's stressful but fun. Plus, you meet a lot of people. I mean, this time it's digital, it's remote, but you can still meet people online. You know, people that are also participating in the Sculpt-Off. You go to brushes, and there is a chain that I'm looking for. This one, Omni chain. I'm gonna save this. It's too stressful for me. I just like watching. Yeah, it's quite stressful to be honest. But at the same time, you feel this relief once it's over. I mean, um, I had some bad experiences where my computer crashed during the Sculpt-Off, but at the end, you feel relief because you did your best, and it's not really that much about doing something super cool because it's a very limited amount of time. So everyone knows that you're not going to be doing something really, really amazing, but it's a really cool experience. Vamos a ver. La idea es que estas cadenas vayan uniendo las diferentes secciones de huesos. Is it me or that actually sounds like Medal of Honor? Like the old team. There we go. Yeah, it sounds like Medal of Honor frontline music. Could we make our own brushes in ZBrush? Hey, Gotham. Yeah, you can make your own brushes. I've never done any brushes, to be honest. I always use the standard ones, but you can do your own. I'm not certain about the process, but I know you're able to. I mean, you can create IMMs also, pretty easy. For example, if I want to create an IMM brush of this, the only thing I need to do is create insert mesh right here, new, and now I have this IMM of stars. So this is a brush. I guess in a way I'm creating a brush right now. Y Creo que esto lo voy a duplicar varias veces porque pues, me gusta cómo se ve. Sí, es como total rip-off de Medal of Honor Frontline. No es queja. Digo, no podría escuchar el soundtrack de Medal of Honor ahorita. Pero qué curioso. Again, I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just trying to make it look cool. This is meant to be more of a concept piece. Hey, Spicer! How you doing? It's really nice to see you here. ¿Qué onda, Orlando? ¿Cómo andas? For those of you following the streamings here in the ZBrush channel, Spicer is one of those amazing artists streaming here in the Pixologic channel. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're actually gonna stream tomorrow, Friday? So I have my 2 chains. Now I only want a single polygroup for them right now, because I'm gonna keep duplicating the chains. But I really need to fix this part, because he currently doesn't have any protection down there. Tuesday 7 p.m. Central Time. So if you want to see an amazing artist sculpt amazing characters, check the ZBrush live channel Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Spicer is doing streamings there at that time. Y menciona igual que, como saben, hay muchísimos artistas aquí en ZBrush Live. Y ahorita estaba mencionando que Spicer está haciendo streamings los martes a las 7 p.m. Entonces, lo padre de esto es que todos los días hay streamings. No a todas horas, pero constantemente. Así que si no llegan a estar en alguno de los streamings, siempre quedan grabados. O pueden entrar al Twitch de Pixologic y ver qué es lo que hay en ese momento. Which duplicate this. Again, this is just a placeholder. It's gonna be the final design, but at least to get an idea how it's actually gonna look. Duplico este mesh y no lo he guardado ni una sola vez, entonces sería buena idea ahorita guardarlo. Guardarlo. So let me save this. Oh, I actually saved the file, so. So I guess I need something here. I was thinking maybe something like the one He-Man has, you know? Like a short made of like fur. I don't think it's actually gonna fit with the characters, so Good things I have some references here, so I think I have an idea. Con esto le voy a dar un mirror and weld, que sean simétricos. Voy a tapar aquí. Así. Y necesito algo aquí, entonces... voy a duplicar uno de estos. Y esta va a ser solo una pieza. Sí. It's gonna be in the front. Split this into different subtools. Like this. Still trying to figure what to do here. Oh, I think I have an idea. I mean, I still want to keep these shapes because they are very iconic of Skeletor, but they don't have to be the main part, so... I tend to do this a lot, just duplicating meshes that I already have, and then deforming those meshes. Split hidden. Y esto lo voy a ajustar para que quede un poquito más plano. Esta parte puede cubrir todo, entonces... Trying to design something here, so... This will go on the top. Y la idea es que voy improvisando estas formas. Y lo puedo empujar así y nada más le hago un mirror and weld. Sí. There we go. Now I'm gonna actually move it a bit. this little here. Can actually create some bone structure coming out from the belt. I'm just gonna use a sphere for this. Y esta la voy a apachurrar. There we go. Like this. Y de nuevo, esta es solo una idea que se me ocurrió ahorita, pero si no me gusta, se puede cambiar súper rápido, que es lo padre de ZBrush, entonces no tienes que comprometerte a una idea. Because then I have to merge these two. Maybe I can actually... This looks like a cape, so let me see if I can actually duplicate this and see if it works like a cape. I mean, all villains need a cape, so... I think I'm actually gonna keep it. I think I really like the idea. Que de esta forma ya tenemos algo un poquillo más interesante. I mean, I really like capes. I'm just not entirely sure if I'm gonna keep this one. Because I'm losing the details of the armor that I already created. And I'm not sure, maybe it's... I mean, it works, but... Maybe it could be a variation with and without the cape. I'll have to think about that. And... Estoy viendo qué puedo utilizar. Ah, ya sé. Los huesos que creé. Insert a new bone. I think I have an idea for the forearm. Like an armband made of bones. Could be an option. Just matching the gizmo and rotating. La idea es que medio machen. Podría ser uno y uno. Y al final los amarramos con la cadena. I'm just duplicating the same bone over and over. Maybe I'll remove one or two, so it's not so heavy with bones. Y los deformo para que se ajusten al brazo. I mean, I'm just improvising, I'm not totally sure what I'm doing. Con esto, más o menos ahí se ve. See how it looks if I mirror the mesh. Oops, did a mirror on Y, so change this to X. I think I like it. I mean, I can repeat the same structure for the legs, and maybe I'm gonna change the thing of the cape a bit. Igual y menos grande. Hey Alan, how do you keep the polygroups of the Dynamish in multiple objects without a workaround like polypaint from polygroups? I think that using Remesh by Dynamesh keeps your polygroups. So for example, we have our very trusty star, and I'm assigning different polygroups to this. See if it works. I press W, then go to the gear, Remesh by Dynamesh, and I remove the projection. Yep, it's respecting the polygroups. That's the way I work with Dynamesh. I tend not to go to the geometry menu and then Dynamesh and change my Dynamesh settings there, because it's quite annoying going, maybe it's Dynamesh resolution 128, maybe I'll try 64 now. And you try 64 and it's not like perfect, and then you have to press Ctrl C and then try, instead of 64, maybe 72, and then it's quite annoying guessing the numbers. So that's why I try to use Remesh by Dynamesh. I can't find your art station. An art station, you can find me as... Give me a second, guys. That's my art station. I mean multiple objects, like... What if 2 stars? Okay, let me try. I'm gonna duplicate this. And let's see if it works. Remesh by Dynamesh. And there it is. Still keeping the same UVs. Same UVs, I'm sorry, same polygroups. So, of course, since I assigned the same polygroups to the star and then duplicate it, but it's gonna be the same polygroups, but sorry, you get the point of this. I mean, it doesn't affect if you're duplicating the mesh and then inserting the bone, which has a different polygroup. Let's split this into different polygroups and then merge down. And place it right in the middle. And then we go with Remesh by Dynamesh and accept. And you can see that it's still respecting the Dynamesh, I'm sorry, the polygroups. Sorry guys, I'm changing the name of everything. So it's still keeping the Dynamesh, again, the polygroups. Yeah, you're welcome, Alan. Glad this was helpful. Sorry, my English is quite sucky today. I think I'm really tired. So, I think I'm going to duplicate this one, the bottom. Something like this looks actually cool. I wasn't really intending to do this, but some like spines on the back. Yeah. It's okay, I'm gonna keep this. Hey, no problem, Alan. Let me split this into different subtools so I can rotate one. La idea es rotarlo. Y hago esto 180 grados. And let me see. And duplicate this mesh. Split hidden. Lo voy a duplicar aquí en la espalda. 180. Necesita algún tipo de protección aquí. So I'm just trying to figure out what can I create here to protect the belly, because it's quite unprotected. And I mean, this is perfect for concept art because you're just duplicating this image over and over, and in a very quick way you get some interesting results. And in case you are wondering why these bones are so small, because he's using like bones of kids, of boys, little children. That's the explanation. So, still not entirely sure about this design. I mean, I like the idea, but if it feels like some sort of fungi, like the top of the mushroom and then the stem or the base. So, not entirely sure about that one. Oh, thank you, Alan. Glad you like it. I've been having fun for 2 streamings. No, well, 3 counting this one. 3 streamings with this Skeletor redesign. There we go. Now it actually fits. No sé si ya sería mucho, pero duplicar de nuevo este para hacer un cinturón de huesos. Huesos. So I'm just wondering if it's already too much. Duplicating again the spine. Oops. And creating the belt using the spine. Maybe it's already too much because I'm repeating the same pattern over and over, but it's not that bad. No estoy tan seguro. Creo que podría dejarlo siempre y cuando le ponga algún diseño nuevo también. I'm thinking, what kind of bone can I use to create the armor? Lo que estaba haciendo de la capa hace rato, creo que tengo una idea con eso. I'm bringing back the cape, but it's gonna be an asymmetrical cape. So something like this. So he actually looks a little bit more interesting with an asymmetrical cape. So like this, going over the bones. I mean, the idea is that he should look like very powerful. So I think the cape is actually helping. Does he have a cape? I'm not entirely sure. I guess in some pictures he actually have a cape, and in some he doesn't. So it's open to interpretation, I guess. De hecho, esto los podría colgar de esta sección. Actually, maybe this stuff can be connected to the belt. Yeah, I think this one. These can actually be bones. More bones. Um, you know what? Let me insert. Oh, I don't remember doing this, so interesting. I don't remember doing this shoulder pad either. Me gusta, pero creo que ya nos dimos en una dirección muy diferente. Parece shoulder pad. Sure what this is. So goodbye. Voy a insertar uno de estos. De hecho, este lo voy a duplicar. Algo así. Just changing the shape a bit so it looks different enough. There we go. Yep. I'm going to insert this. Y este va a ser el detalle que iba en la falda. I'm gonna delete this one. así. Y va a ser como el vestido de huesos. Maybe smaller. Y le voy a dar mirror weld. Oops. En X. Mirror weld en X. Yep. Again, I'm doing this in a very dirty way, so just meant to be like a concept piece. That's why I'm not really invested in doing a lot of details. Poner esto aquí, sí. Vamos. Bend curve. And 3 points. And this is about right. Now I'm gonna duplicate this one. Just like this, and maybe move it around. Maybe the cape, I'm gonna move it a little bit more to the right. So I really want to show off like the stuff I have in the back. I mean, I already invested time doing the design of the back, so I want to show it. I'm going to save this, remesh the cape, and then apply some dynamics to the cape. First, I'm going to apply some dynamic subdivision so I have a more smooth shape. Dynamic subdivision, apply. There we go. Now we can actually use Remesh by Dynamesh. Is there a way to run any kind of dynamics that interact with the cloud? Similar to Marvelous? Yeah. I'm not going to do it here. Give me a second. Accept. But you can make dynamics interact with, for example, like Polymesh 3D. It's actually going to interact, for example, right here with the floor. If I go to dynamics and run simulation, it's detecting the floor as a collision object, but you can actually, for example, this is the thing I'm going to be moving, and instead of having just this cube, I'm going to have another cylinder. This one's going to be like this, and this is the cloth. So dynamics, and I'm going to tell him to use collision volumes. So it's actually gonna evaluate. Well, you get the point. um, what this object is going to collide with. So if I now run dynamics, it's colliding with the cylinder. I mean, right now it's a very low poly cylinder, so you can see that's getting a lot of like intersections, but this is pretty much the workflow to get those dynamics interacting with each other. Actually, I really like this wrinkle right here. If I were to make like a sleeve, that's a really nice way of getting those wrinkles. Yeah, you're welcome, Alan. So sorry guys, I'm quite tired. I wasn't. I didn't think I was this tired. So my streaming this time is not gonna be like until um 1 a.m. something like that. Like my other streamings. I guess I'll be finishing this one earlier than anticipated, but um, I know it's not finished my Skeletor, so I guess maybe if everyone wants this, I can actually finish this one on my next streaming, or I can do something different on my next stream. I guess I'll make a poll on my Instagram account next Thursday to see how it goes. Hey, Jace cover. Hello from Jamaica. Hello all the way from Mexico. Maybe it's not that heavy. Hey, N, N3, T4, neta. Hola, allá Perú. ¿De qué parte de Perú eres? Oh, apparently my webcam died. Not entirely sure why. I'm using a camera, so that's probably why. I was doing an experiment where I'm switching my webcam with a Canon iOS Rebel T5 camera. So that's why the resolution is way better. But the battery is not unlimited, so dynamics. De Lima. Hermosísimo Lima. Ojalá pueda regresar pronto. What's your most recommended way of rendering for yourself? BPR or external? I try to do external most of the time. I mean, BPR is good for like work in progress, but if you really want to make like a really good render that shows your sculpture, an external render is the best option. I try Keyshot most of the time. If it's something really quick, Keyshot is the best option, at least for me. Keyshot or Blender with Eve. If you have way more time, you can try something like Arnold or V-Ray, but it depends completely on how much time you want to invest on the rendering. Actually, I'm gonna duplicate this. Instead of this. Stop right here. So I'm not gonna be finishing this one tonight. Sorry guys. I'm gonna make a poll next week, next Thursday, if you want to see a new streaming. Well, if you want to see a new creature in my streaming, or if you want me to finish this one, because I still need to make the hands and maybe clean the mesh a bit. That'd be nice. I'm gonna duplicate the chains a bit again, so I have more of these chains over the bones. Maybe here and maybe one of those in the chest. Something around here. So I guess this is gonna be it. What's your time limit on a character creature up to the final render, not production? Since it's kind of easy just to have those never-ending, it's not yet perfect projects. Yeah, I get it. Happens to me all the time. So I don't have like a really good answer. I have projects that I have been working on them for years because I always want to tweak something. It always happens like that on personal projects. Um, I usually try if I really want that piece to be finished, I set like a deadline of like a month or maybe 2 months as a limit, because otherwise I'll just invest a lot of time on the sculpture, and it's not bad, but that saying that says finished, not perfect. So maybe I should do that from time to time, but I tend to forget that um, I always want to change something or maybe improve certain parts of the mesh. So it's a never-ending sculpture, but maybe a month or maybe 2 months. That's a good time frame for a character slash creature. If it's something like this, like the Skeletor, not something in for production, maybe a couple of weeks. Because since it's not going to be for production, there isn't a reason for me to invest in doing retopology and UVs and all that. So I can always use UV Master and some other tricks to get my geometry done. I'm just going to import hand. Well, not import. I'm actually gonna make a really quick hand in um, C-spheres, so he doesn't have those stumps. Oh no, he's dying. Like it's a signal that I should keep should finish the stream right now. Sorry guys. Let me open the file again, just so I can show you. Not entirely sure where, if I opened the last save file of this gun. See how far. Well, I didn't attach the chains on the chest, but guess this is gonna be it for me. My camera died, and I think I'm going to leave my stream right here. So thanks to everyone who came by to the streaming. It was a short one compared to the others, but hopefully you enjoyed the streaming. Sorry about my English tonight. I'm apparently quite tired, so I had some issues with my English and the camera. So have a good night, everyone. Yep, finished, not perfect. Um, Let me know in social media, in Instagram or ArtStation or Face, if you want me to finish this one on a different streaming next week, next Thursday, because I always do my streamings on Thursday, or if you actually want to see something new, because I already invested 3 streamings on Skeletor, so let me know. See you next Thursday at 8 p.m. Los Angeles, 10 p.m. Mexico City. Have a good night, guys. Stay safe. You can find me on social media up here. It's the banner with my ArtStation, Instagram, all that. Hey, you're welcome, Alan. Oh, from Philippines. That's really, really nice. Hopefully, I'll be able to go one day. It's on my bucket list to visit the Philippines. So, take care, guys. Have a good night and see you next Thursday. Nos vemos el próximo jueves. Ahí dejaré el próximo jueves una encuesta para ver si quieren que haga otro streaming con Skeletor o nos pasamos a otro personaje ya desde cero. Entonces, eso lo haremos la próxima semana. Por lo pronto, pues avanzamos bastante con la armadura. Y pues cuídense. Nos vemos el próximo jueves. Aquí arriba en mi Instagram, ArtStation, todo eso. Que descansen.